It's Friday, October 6th, 4 p.m. in Washington, D.C. I'm Manila Chan. You're watching RT America. The Las Vegas shooting investigation spans across the country now. Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker acknowledged but didn't confirm reports that shooter Stephen Paddock surveilled other potential targets in Boston.
It's an ongoing investigation. I'm not going to speak to the specifics of it because it's ongoing, but we're certainly aware of the media reports.
Paddock rented property overlooking the Life is Beautiful music festival a couple of weeks earlier, in addition to property in Chicago overlooking the Lollapalooza festival. Meanwhile, in Las Vegas, Clark County's coroner said his staff completed the autopsies of those dead from one of America's worst mass shootings, but wouldn't talk details. But he did share insight into the toll that kind of work it takes on his employees.
Our staff notifies probably 10 to 15 people, maybe 20 people on a daily basis that they've lost a loved one. But that's a lot different when somebody's doing that once or twice a shift versus 4 or 5 times an hour. So it's mentally exhausting. It's very stressful, and I can tell you we're committed to get bereavement services and mental health services for our staff.
And authorities said all signs point to Paddock carrying out this mass shooting all alone, despite Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Sheriff Joe Lombardo expressing his skepticism earlier this week. It's been nearly 5 days since 58 people were brutally murdered at the Route 91 country music concert in Las Vegas. Police asked for patience as they're still days away from clearing the scene at Mandalay Bay. But as RT's Natasha Sweet explains, the hearts of locals are already in the process of healing.
Survivors have been sharing their stories in an effort to heal. But for those who were taken from this earth too soon are not without a voice. In fact, part of their memories live right here.
Sense of belonging, sense of caring for each other, sense of community.
Local contractor Jake Plagencool was broken after knowing the tragedies that devastated thousands at the Route 91 country music concert last Sunday. He wanted to do something for those hurting as well as the innocent who no longer had a physical footprint.
Monday morning it was really hard to get going, you know, after what had happened Sunday night. And I own a small landscape company, a design build company. And my partner in the company and I were having a cup of coffee that morning trying to figure out what we were going to do and how do we even approach the day and move forward. And we thought, you know, it's a shame that we don't have a healing garden.
And it was this drawing right here that helped transform this quarter acre of land into a healing garden. Plagencool and his business partner called their City Hall contact. Among the three of them, their feelings of sadness for those lost and love for humanity brought about the idea of building the Las Vegas Healing Memorial Gardens.
One of my favorite quotes is, "He who plants a tree plants hope."
58 trees are being planted, one for each victim lost on Sunday. Thinking only a dozen people would show up, hundreds of volunteers came to offer the labor of love with their hearts and their own hands. All supplies, including equipment, were all donated.
Very humbling.
For Nell Stannard, the idea of helping to build a memorial touched her.
I've had people that close to me that have been affected by this. A best friend of mine, her mom got shrapnel in her shoulder, and it's horrible. And I'm just so happy that we're coming together as an entire team.
So to her, this is a way for their memory to still live on.
You know, friends of friends who have passed. You know, same social circle, but never really got to know them, and now I can never do that.
And for Sarah O'Connell, this was her opportunity to give back.
I'm a theater artist, and so making spaces to come together is what I'm all about. And for once, it's something that won't be over when the show's over. It'll be here a long time.
The shooting near the stage hit a little too close to home for her.
Besides just the shock of the violence, it hits home to me because we have a lighting business. I'm a theater director, and the lighting people, the lighting designer and operator is usually on a platform in the middle of the audience, and normally that'd be my husband.
In addition to the 58 trees being planted, one large oak tree donated by Siegfried and Roy is the park's Tree of Life.
After what happened on Sunday night, we wanted to remember those people who lost their lives, so that's why we decided 58 trees, but yet We wanted something really positive and strong yet, so we planted this oak tree.
Plague and Cool says once they began to dig in that spot, they discovered a Tree of Life necklace.
The woman that I just met here who lost her son in this, and we just thought it was really important that the family have that Tree of Life necklace.
While the investigation will take time, the people of Las Vegas aren't waiting before they can begin to heal.
I never start the show like this.
While still in a place of shock and mourning, singer Celine Dion jumped back into performing only 2 days after the shooting to give back.
So I want you to know that the proceeds for tonight's show are being donated to the victims' families on your behalf.
And support for the victims remains strong all along the Strip and in the hearts of many who will be mourning for some time to come.
I'm a big believer in Winston Churchill, and he once said, "I refuse to be impartial when between the fire brigade and the fire." And to me, it's about holding the line, and that's the American way to do things, and so I'm here to be a proud American and a Las Vegas family member.
Well, many around the world try to make sense of how this unthinkable act happened. Organizers of this park say that they don't want any of the innocent victims to be forgotten. In Las Vegas, Natasha Sweet, RT.